Hey friends, it's UrsulasRevenge and happy Wednesday update day. Today we have a brand new Horses of Jorvik over at Starshine Ranch. So we're just gonna go real fast today. Hopping right into it. So over at Starshine Ranch, if you go kind of by where Josh is and like that big paddock area where you can do like the 4 races, Arya Mistwood is waiting over on a stage and let's go talk to him. Howdy. My name is Arya Mistwood and I'm one of the founders of the Horses of Jorvik focus races. Say it with me everyone, Horses of Jorvik is short for Horses of Jorvik. If you didn't know, it's a small organization started a while back in honor of our beautiful horses here in Jorvik. My pals and I host these focus races for specific breeds or breeds with similar attributes. We think it's the perfect way for people to meet and bond over their love of horses. This time we have set up a fun Western Trail inspired race here at Starshine Ranch. To try this race out, you must join with a Pentavian, an American Quarter Horse, or a Morgan horse. If you want to enter the competition, just come talk to me or grab a friend and start a race by signing up on the notice board beside me. Can you do this with multiple people? Can I do this with a friend? We're gonna find out. Probably not, but well, I don't know. They said a trail inspired race. We're gonna find out. Also, fun fact that I learned by reading the news, you can actually do these with Gen 2 or Gen 3 horses. And I don't know why I never thought about that. Like, that kind of seems obvious in hindsight, but they've explicitly said that you can use Gen 2 or Gen 3 horses, which honestly makes sense. But yeah, I don't know why it just never crossed my mind. So like normal, if you go over to the notice board, you'll get all of the information about each breed that can participate. So if you kind of forget what he says, then, you know, you'll learn about them here. So Pentavian, Quarter Horse, and Morgan. You can enter this race with the Pentavian, American Quarter Horse, or a Morgan. Ready, let's go. Oh god, where does it want me to go? What the heck? What the heck? Hold on, we're doing this again. Okay, big wide turn over the bridge. Oh, are you joking? I'm not satisfied. Let's do this again. But there's pole bending? Pole bending is probably one of my favorite types of races in Star Stable. Alright, that's a cute little race. It definitely took me a couple of tries, I mean, as most new races would. But that was a cool one. I like seeing that they kind of like incorporated a lot of different types of Western race styles. So they had the barrel racing, they had the pole bending, which is pretty cool. Alright, let's look at this board real quick. I don't know, maybe it's like do it with a friend in spirit, because this board doesn't tell me anything about, you know, doing a group race. Although it also didn't record my high score. Let's try a high score race real quick. Yeah, no, it just doesn't capture high scores. Does this always happen? Did I just never notice that it just doesn't give you a high score for Horses of Jorvik focus races? Because that would be silly if they put a high scoreboard and there's no way to actually capture your high score, Guillermo Gadea. Anything? Any comment? Any comment, Guillermo? Anyway, moving on to the rest of today's update, it is the last week for the Traveling Bazaar, so let's head over to Moreland and see what horses are on sale this week. Okay, so on sale today, or this week actually, we have the Hafingers and the Paint Horses, which are honestly 2 of my favorite horses in the entire game. Hafingers are 100% my absolute favorite horse in Star Stable. If I could choose my soul horse, my Hafinger, Jellybean would be my soul horse. The Hafingers are on sale for 540 star coins, and the American Paint Horses are on sale for 510 star coins. This is the last week for the Traveling Horse Bazaar, so make sure to get these items while they are on discount. I've seen it said multiple times that the terriers will stay on discount. I actually, for some reason, I thought that they were here at the Bazaar, but I think they're just in Global Store. So these are the final prices for the terriers, but I can't find where I saw about the clothing items. I thought I saw that those are going on permanent discount too, but honestly, I'm not 100% sure because I don't know. I'm seeing some mixed messages in the news. Sometimes it says that they're saying on permanent discount, and other times they say they're only on discount this week. So I guess, you know, risk assess. The last thing to talk about today is there is a new magical horse rotation, so let's head over to Gary Goldtooth to see who's visiting in Jorvik. So right down the way from the Bazaar, next to the lighthouse, is where Gary Goldtooth sets up camp, and for the next couple of weeks, we have Faramore and Aldrak back and ready to find their new homes. Their pets are here too. I have been patiently waiting for these horses to come back, so we are going to get Faramore. Faramore is the green dragon horse. They have the whole story and everything about spawning from these giant crystals that were found in Garnock's Fury over in Ashlands. Faramore the green is meant to represent prosperity in life after a disaster, while the red kind of demonstrates the destruction. I've talked about it a couple of times, but I love D&D. It's like definitely one of my like top 3 games. Honestly, I think D&D might be my favorite game of all time. In one of our games, in one of our worlds, there is a green dragon named Chandra who our party has, I guess, befriended? It's like a whole thing. There's like some dragons that we like, some dragons that we don't like. Some of them have destroyed towns and killed our other party members. Others we're able to befriend. But either way, I wanted to name this horse inspired by the green dragon in our world named Chandra. Her actual name is Grimnosh, but it translates to Silver Tongue. Can't call a horse Silver Tongue in Star Stable, but I can call it Silver Voice. And bye. Yes, Silver Voice the Faramore. Ah yes, scaly dragon. Look at those teeth. Oh, look at your eyes! I don't think I've seen them before. Wow. I love Frisians. They're absolutely one of my favorite horse breeds in this game. I think you're my third. Are you my third Frisian? I think you're my third. Anyway, that is it for this week's video. There are a couple of more things that I do want to talk about though. There have been a couple of new game blogs released over on Star Stable's website. First of all, the game blogs will now be hosted on the Star Stable website and not Star Stable Entertainment's website. You can get there by going to starstable.com/blog. And we have 2 new blog posts for May. The first one details Storm over Devil's Gap, which basically it's kind of like a nice, cool little background insight on how the quest came to be and the graphic style and what went into consideration when making the quest. So if you're interested in how they went about designing the quest and the story, I would definitely give it a read. It was really cool to see. And secondly, it talks about the new player character, which we are getting very soon. Additionally, it talks about the website going under construction. This is starstable.com. They are going through and redesigning it from scratch. So I'm not really sure what that means, what it's going to look like. But yeah, if you're not reading the monthly game blogs, you're missing out on some really cool behind the scenes stuff. There was also a special game blog for May, which talked all about horse progression, which most of this we do already know because we've already played through it. And honestly, I can't remember if this was released a couple of weeks ago and I just forgot that I read it or what. But just in case, I just wanted to point out one thing that I did see that I know has been like kind of a point of contention. So I just want to let you guys know that, you know, something's being worked on. So a lot of people have been very upset over the user interface. I personally don't mind it. I think it's fine. I definitely got used to it. There are a couple of things that I wish that I could scale that are, you know, totally personal. Like I wish I could scale the upper left a little bit down and I can make the mini map a little bit bigger. But they actually talk about that in this special game blog. Now to make sure I'm not saying anything incorrectly, I'm just going to read directly from the blog post the part that I found interesting. The horse progression update introduces new functionality, but the visuals are not final. We heard a lot of feedback about the HUD missing that familiar Star Stable charm. Our UI and UX designers are hard at work building a new Star Stable online design system. This system will allow us to build new features and experiences faster than ever for all of our players across all platforms. It's like a library of components, buttons, menus, windows that tell us how something should look and behave. This way you know what to expect from every click, whether you're on our website, mobile, or desktop. This new design system should give all of our platforms a singular UI aesthetic that looks and feels like Star Stable. We considered waiting for us to finish the design system before we released horse progression, but we wanted to give you all new features ASAP. So before anybody says, why would you release an unfinished feature? Sometimes it's better to just, release the thing and then make tweaks along the way as you go to figure out what works and what doesn't. It's better to release it and figure it out as you go than to just wait and have it never be finished because it's just never gonna live up to what people want. I agree with this approach. Honestly, yeah, the visuals aren't final, but now they know exactly what people don't want and they can go forward and fix it. I think that was just gonna happen either way. They go on to talk about what they learned about the ambassador tests, and what it ultimately comes down to is they got a lot of mixed messages. A lot of people saying make the buttons smaller, make the buttons bigger. They obviously can't appease both sides, or could they? The feedback told us one very important thing. Each of our players has their own way of playing. Instead of us ignoring some portion of our player base, we want to support that uniqueness in all of you by creating a customizable UI experience. We started this with the UI scaling options that launched on April 6th, which made it possible to adjust the size of the buttons and menus to suit your screen resolution, but we are excited to go on so much further than that. With horse progression, we are releasing toggleable options for further customability, and this is just the beginning. We are proud of the added functionality, but to reiterate, the visuals for the new HUD will be getting an aesthetic update as soon as we finish the design system. The design system in this case, I'm guessing, is more like a style guide or like a brand book. Basically, it's your design Bible so that nothing looks off-brand and everything looks cohesive. So I think that makes sense for them to wait for that to be final before releasing any new updated assets and then just making the changes for everything to match later on. So honestly, good on you, SSO. Hopefully they can add more of that sort of customization. I know we have it a little bit where we can move some windows around and we can resize the championship window. I hope that some more of these features are able to be scalable because that would be awesome. But we'll see what happens in the future. Finally, there is a new Horses of Jorvik all about the Rainbow Festival, which is coming next week, and I cannot wait. Make sure to check that out on their website or in social media. This year's Rainbow Festival will last a full 4 weeks, and on week 3, we're getting a new character update, and I'm so excited. If you haven't played with the new character models yet, there is a new page on the website. I will link it in my description, where you can kind of test out some different body types and hairstyles, and just kind of play around with the character ideas, and you just play with it and just get some ideas. I really like it. I'm excited about it. I know so many people are very negative about this, but I think they look great. I'm so excited for the new character update. Anyways, I've rambled for far long enough. Thank you all for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a video just like this. I will hopefully be going live on Twitch today. We will see. And I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!